how to take your art from this to this with this chromatic effect. So first, you need a solid foundation. I normally do this after I finish the rendering process. And to begin, you want to grab your lasso tool and select an area that has different values, some lights, midtones, and shadows on the selection so that the color shift has more colors to interact with. Once an area is selected, you can create a curves adjustment layer within that lasso selection. And this is basically where you experiment. So I kind of just go crazy throughout the whole, idea. You can basically do anything you want on curves. That's why I like this tool so much. So yeah, you can go there and experiment with all the values on the RGB section. These are the settings that I used for that chromatic effect on white clothing and white skin. And then once you're done with that curve layer, you can deselect the lasso selection and then erase everything within the lasso selection so there's nothing. Now you can select the curves layer, and then with a soft brush, you can gently paint over specific areas to achieve the effect on places you would want it to be. If it's not doing it to the extent that you want, you can always change the curve values accordingly. Yeah, the goal is not to cover everything on the curves. You want to have it selected on specific places where the chromatic effect would enhance the form or lighting or overall, design. That way it doesn't overwhelm the artwork too much. And one extra trick that I do a lot is you can actually change the layer mode on them. So usually I use Pinlight, kind of like it lets the colors blend in on a cleaner, more sophisticated way. And yeah, that's basically the process. If you want some tips and tricks, or you want to ask me something directly, you can follow my Twitch. I am live every other day, and I'll be really happy to see you there. Thank you so much.